I was the only one not invited to my own birthday party, planned by my sister, a 28-year-old guy, and what happened over the past weekend is still blowing my mind. I've had a rough year, but my birthday was coming up and I was really looking forward to spending time with my family. It felt like it was going to be a chance for things to get back to normal, maybe reconnect a bit. My younger sister, Emma 26F, had been acting strange lately, almost secretive, and I figured she was planning a surprise for me. It wouldn't be the first time she did something like this. I even told my girlfriend Sophie 27F that Emma was probably up to her usual tricks, trying to make my birthday special. But as the week went on, I started noticing some odd things. Emma was avoiding me, which isn't typical. We're not super close, but we usually talk at least a couple of times a week. I'd walk into the room and she'd suddenly lower her voice while talking to our parents, or she'd end the call altogether. One night, I overheard them whispering about the party, and when I casually asked what they were talking about, they all clammed up. My dad quickly changed the subject and my mom awkwardly smiled and said, "Oh, nothing you need to worry about." It was weird, but I didn't push. I thought maybe they were just trying to keep it a surprise. Then came the social media hints. Emma posted something on her Instagram story that said, "Can't wait for this weekend. It's going to be epic," with a bunch of party emojis. I saw it and got a bit excited, thinking this was definitely about my birthday. I mean, what else could it be? But then I noticed my mom shared a post about family time this weekend and my dad posted something similar on Facebook. It all seemed to line up like they were planning something big for me. By Thursday, I decided to ask my parents if I needed to plan anything for the weekend. My mom just casually said, "We have plans with Emma," without any more details. That's when I started feeling a bit confused. Why wouldn't she mention my birthday? I thought maybe they were just trying to throw me off the scent, so I laughed it off. But the doubts started creeping in. On Friday night, I messaged Emma jokingly asking if I needed to bring anything to the party. Her response was, "What party?" And then she quickly changed the topic, asking me if I had any plans for the weekend. At this point, I felt a little hurt and a lot confused. It was like she was gaslighting me, making me question if I had misunderstood everything. The family group chat was buzzing with excitement that night. My parents, Emma, even some of my cousins were talking about how they couldn't wait for tomorrow. I jumped in asking, "What's everyone so excited about?" They completely ignored my message, kept talking around me, and I got that sinking feeling in my stomach. It was like I was invisible. Sophie noticed it too. She's usually in on these surprise plans, but even she was left in the dark. She thought it was strange since she would typically help Emma organize these kinds of things. The morning of my birthday came and I woke up to a text from Sophie wishing me a happy birthday. But my phone was silent otherwise, nothing from my family. I thought they might be holding off because they were going to surprise me later in the day. But as the hours passed, I got nothing. No calls, no texts, no messages in the group chat. Sophie and I decided to grab breakfast and I tried to brush it off thinking maybe they were planning something for later. We got back home and Sophie suddenly froze staring at her phone. She showed me an Instagram story from one of our friends. It was a video from a fancy restaurant downtown. In the video, I could see my entire family, all my friends, and even some extended family members. The caption said, "So glad to be here celebrating with everyone." My heart dropped. This was clearly a huge party, but I wasn't there. In fact, I hadn't even been invited. I felt like I got punched in the gut. I just stared at the screen trying to make sense of what I was seeing. It was like watching a nightmare unfold in real time. My own sister had planned a massive birthday party for me and didn't bother to invite me. I turned to Sophie asking if she knew anything about this. She was just as shocked as I was. She immediately tried calling Emma, but no answer. We tried calling my parents, but they didn't pick up either. It felt like I was being shut out by everyone. Desperate for answers, I texted a couple of friends who were at the party. One of them replied saying, "Oh, I thought you weren't coming." That's when it clicked. My family must have lied and told everyone I couldn't make it. I had no idea why they'd do something like this, but it was obvious they went out of their way to exclude me. Completely lost and hurt, I decided to post about it on Reddit. I wrote everything out in a long post on True Off May Chest, not really expecting much. Within an hour, the post blew up. People were commenting nonstop, validating my feelings, and sharing their own stories of betrayal. The support was overwhelming, but it was also comforting to know that I wasn't crazy for feeling this way. Messages started pouring in from friends who saw the post. They were apologizing, saying they had no idea I wasn't invited.